What is up? We are back in the studio, and for I wanted to just celebrate. Victim of War is out. It is released. It is out there in the world after all this time. Today we're going to be well. Before I move on to there, huge thanks again to Pseudonym for releasing all this. And well, not for I don't think very well on my feet. Huge thanks to Pseudonym for when I basically I did the vocals myself, and my wife heard it, and through bouts of laughter, she said, "You need to hire someone." Ultimately, what I did was he was decent. But I think she made the right call. Pseudonym. This is what he does. He's kind of a hobbyist composer and producer, like much like myself, but we've gigged in the past, and man, he really delivered some awesome lyrics. So I'm thankful for that, and I'm thankful because he not only just said, "Hey, here's the lyrics," he was personally invested in it, and he wanted I made it clear I wanted to hear his feedback. His name was going to be on it. I want him to be happy, and ultimately, I found it with many tracks before, in particular, Blue Ridge Spring. Um, Anytime you get feedback, obviously, you don't want it to you don't want to make other people happy. To the point, you don't want to do it just to make them happy. You want to make sure it's still your own work. But if someone's like, "Yeah, I'm not digging this," or "I don't understand this," it gives you a really good opportunity to revisit it. So that's ultimately, I'm not doing this to make money and make other people happy. I'm doing this to make me happy. But part of what makes me happy is making other people happy. So it's the joys and complexities of art production. So what we're doing now, so anyways, Pseudonym, he really did a he got invested in it. He gave his feedback. I responded to his feedback by making edits that I felt was still in line with my vision. And ultimately, in some of the things he did, I was just like, "Wow, that's freaking awesome! I'm totally pulling that in." Like there's a spot in the core, the last verse, where he goes, that was easily one of my favorite moments in the piece. But he had done it as part of some ad libbing to fill in space during there at a different section, and I was like, okay, I love that, but I need it. It's stepping on the toes of his other fill that he did, which was the "My life don't look the same anymore." And I was just like, okay, I want "My life don't look the same anymore" there, but I really like the so I'm gonna find another spot where it goes and that was a little earlier in the piece, or in that section, and man, it's just so freaking awesome. I love it. It turned out really well. It was a lot of work, man. But that's why we do it. Not because it's easy, but because when you're done, it's so cool. It makes life worth living. It makes you look forward to the future. And I just hope that I know many people struggle and many people don't have this level of joy for life. And I really desperately hope that they can find it. And I hope by sharing my experiences here in the studio that other people's will be inspired, and people's other people will be inspired and see if find ways to express themselves and be like, you know what, I don't have to hold this in, or you know what, that thing that always made me go like, wow, maybe I can do something with that. You don't, it doesn't have to be making money. Obviously, pay the bills, feed yourself, shelter yourself, deal with the essentials, and if you're struggling, seek help. But once you're there, don't just don't just live day for day and wait for when there's no more days. Just really see, find what excites you and go for it. because there's that balance. There's the balance of working hard, and then let me make sure I got audio going on here. I thought I saw it was bouncing around here. Oh yeah, yeah, we're good. Uh, um, there's that balance. You gotta work, because if you don't work, you feel like you're just leeching off everyone else. That's probably some evolutionary thing, uh, to help human society function. Because if we do you have to fight to live, because there's so much other stuff out there that wants to live too, and you have to just be like, no, this is my spot, this is my space, I am here, if and this is where I'm going to be, and you have to work to be fight off everything else. No spiders, you can't be in my home because I am living here. No raccoon digging into my roof. No squirrel. No mouse. This is my space. You can move in when I'm done with it. And so there is that struggle. That's the one side of life. But then there's the other side of life of, hey, I did establish my place. I established where I am going to live, where I'm going to be. Now it's time for me to actually live. Life is doesn't shouldn't have to be a constant fight for survival. There should be a balance, and a good, healthy society will allow that to happen, and it will help others who are struggling to achieve that as well. And I hope that's for the best. I know that's not a thing everywhere, and I know everyone. I know there are people that get more than their share of struggles, and I acknowledge that I do not have as many struggles as many people do, and I thank God for it all the time. And that's what this piece is about. Victim of war. I've I heard personally a lot of the testimonies of people dealing with things. And yes, I know war happens, and I know sometimes it's for a good reason. Many times it's not. And ultimately, this song is not about the bad of war. This song is about the misery of being caught up in a war. That is what victim of war is. It's being caught up in it, where you're just like, dude, I just want to be happy. I want to live. I want to have my space, and then I want to live in it. And you, whoever that enemy is that's attacking, that you are not making that possible. And it sucks, and I hate it. Screw your hell. Or F your hell is the original version. Trying to keep it safe so that but that's this piece. That was what this piece is about. And today we are going to get into video. So the lyric video is already up on YouTube, in both the explicit, clean, and instrumental versions. But what I'm working on today is the portrait, and I worked on this yesterday. The joys of the internet is that it's constantly adapting and changing, and short form video has taken the world by storm. Everyone, many people as my age and older are using it. Basically, everyone younger than me is using it. And that's the growing pool of people as I approach my 40th birthday here in August. And so we have to do it. And this is going to be the first time I'm doing portrait mode video. It's been a pain in the arse, but we're getting there. I've started simple because this is my first time, and I started simple and went with the instrumental version because it just had less stuff going on, so I could I could focus on less stuff, because I knew it was going to be a struggle, and it has been a struggle for all the things you wouldn't expect. Like I did a custom form of the cover art here. As you can see, I basically broke up the components. I call this flag face, the flag face picture there, and then I extracted the DefCello logo, so it was its own entity. And then it should be over here. I might have rendered it. Ah, let's see. Ah, there it is. So okay. Inside of the photo GIMP, I generated a new version. Added some nice lens blur at the background to do a bit prettier letterbox for the portrait mode. So that's a flag face picture there, and then DefCello down there, and then the Victim of War and instrumental version, all that. That's procedurally generated, so I can get that pop-in effect going. And so I did all that. That took time, but I did it. The zoom here was kind of interesting because the lighting, and probably my face too, is not perfectly symmetrical. You can see how this triangle is lower than that triangle. In my haircut was definitely not symmetrical, because you can see my hair is cutting off there, but it's fine over here, but I'm lined up on the ears. So it's been a while since I got a haircut, so nothing wrong with the stylist, and I've got kind of curly hair, so that makes balance a challenge. So I worked through all the kinks. Basically, I kind of shifted it over so that at least the where is it more bright? There it is. So at least when it lands in, it's roughly the same height on the sides, so that it doesn't completely look hideous. I mean, it's fine. So that's all working. You notice the crosshairs here. This is their drone overlay effect from DaVinci Resolve, and it's designed for letterbox, and this is a problem that shows up a lot. Oh, here you go. It's much brighter there. So this graphic was designed for landscape. And so when you go into portrait mode, instead of rotating the overlay, it just plops it there. And I haven't found a way to rotate it, which is frustrating. But, I mean, it works well enough. I might find a better way to do it later, but for now, it's good enough. It's all working great. I did find a marvelous thing where I could actually swap out the graphic. It was a very unintuitive option, the conform lock with media pole clip. Instead of just select new media clip. But I'm sure if I was more into the lingo of the industry, I would understand what conform lock really was. So I had to adjust all the text. That's all looking great. And this is the instrumental mode, so there's very minimal lyric stuff going on. Where it got tricky. And then, of course, we reiterate. Oh, I need to add composite mode there. There we go. Now all the layers are showing up. Okay, so the bane of my existence since yesterday evening, and continuing into today, is the star field, because it's this effect. It starts extremely lush, and then as you get to the end, there's hardly any stars. So it's not well balanced at all. It's very lush. In fact, let me do this over here so you see a bit more without any transition involved. That's what it starts with. That's what it ends with. And that gets very awkward as you're going. I mean, it probably works in some ways, but it especially when you're trying to do a crescendo visually with faster and faster speeds, faster and faster zoom, it gets a problem. It's a problem. And so I tried doing these transitions, and what would happen is, in fact, let me just pull up the actual file here so you can see. That was not an open. I thought I wanted to rename the file. Ugh, one of these days I'll upgrade this computer. There we go. So, this is the rendered video as is, and what we're going to see is these stars are going to freeze during the transition. See? Right there, frozen. It's like the stars are hitting the windshield. And I guess what's happening is the transition logic is not allowing the clip to continue, or because the clip is not long enough, it just uses the last frame of the clip. But it's so ridiculously distracting. So I can't use this approach, which is just have a massive transition that overlaps things. So what I've got to do, what I'm going to try to do today, and I think it'll work, is layers. And so we're going to add a track here, and in fact, let me keep those star fields together. There we go. So we're going to do layers, so that instead of relying on this transition to do things, which, because it's not, I'm going to do this and manually overlap them so that there's a constant flow of stars. Fact, let's do this. Let's copy all those. And paste them like that. So there's so that there's pretty steady flow of stars. This will be fun. I'm not looking forward to that. But let's see what we can do. One thing I was concerned about, I was trying to find, before I started up the live stream, I'm trying to find where I speed up the speed. Because I thought that as this progressed, it got faster. And my computer's too slow to really render this in real time, which is disappointing. Okay, you can kind of see it happen. Oh, dear gosh. Can I drop... my poor computer, man. It's like, dude, so is it going faster over here? It doesn't look like it's going faster, but it's so laggy. It's really hard to tell. Let me consult the reference. Because I could have, it might have been lost in all my fussing around yesterday. So let's fire up the landscape video. If I find it. Where's my player? I hear it. What on earth? All right, let's try that again. Is somebody stealing focus somewhere? Oh, there it is. That's weird. Alright, so we have the stars are flowing. You can see in the landscape mode, there's a little bit of sparse. You can see the stars merging in, but it doesn't get to the point where it's awkward. And I think that's because normally you get this box going, but I don't see the speed speeding up, which tells me that I didn't break anything yesterday, so we're probably good. Okay. Okay. So it looks like we're in good shape so far. And I did actually see some of this problem earlier, but it just wasn't bad enough to really, really notice it. So here's where we are. Here's where we are. I don't need transitions anymore because I've basically implemented it manually. And what I'm going to do next to help out my poor computer, clip render. So this is a pretty common thing that I'm doing lately, is this is Starry Sky. Render. And we're going to go to, man, why is that still not in there yet? I've been clicking into it all day yesterday. Okay, so we're rendering that to a clip so that my poor computer, when I go to do the master render, doesn't have to do all that too. And now we're going to do the same thing here. Render in place. And I'm using this time code over here. Gosh, I wish there was a way to do this automatically, or to even do it in the clip name thing over here, but I just can't get it to work. And I'm tired of fussing with it, so I'm just going to manually type it in. All right. You can see how much it's working to render that. I mean, that's a lot of work. So you can imagine how bogged down it gets trying to do everything else on top of that. Yeah, I am sharing my screen. Okay. So we have this now, and I already know it's essentially the same thing. So I'm just going to overlay these and delete all that. It looks like we're good up until here. In fact, I could probably just truncate it or clip it off and be happy there too. All right, so we're going to copy. Paste. All right, that looks good. It's a little tricky to line these up sometimes. Paste. Paste. All right. Paste. 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 One more paste. Drag down here. All right. Zoom in so I can get that lined up well. Cool. Cool. And then both of these are going to get cut off at that moment, because that's when we do that's when the drum and bass come in, and that's when they need to disappear. Make room for the DefCello logo thing. All right, are we? Looks like we're all in add mode. Very good. So should play her up just fine. Nice. Now we have a problem where the cover art, a pasty, wasn't remembered correctly. There we go. Because it's supposed to just kind of fade into the stars and become part of the universe. Sounds like a Game Boy game. All right. All right. Let's see how that looks. Oh yeah, yeah, that's looking much better. Okay, I did see a flash there. Let's add some. Let me. Can you see right? Boom, boom. So what I need to do is add a fade in so that they don't just pop in; they fade in. Video transitions. Additive dissolve sounds promising. And chances are I'm going to need to do this on the tail end as well, so stars don't magically disappear. All right. Come on, bro. I saw it. There it is. Maybe I can link them together. Save myself some effort. Bro, attach. Please? I gotta zoom in more. Maybe it's not the zoom. Maybe I have to... do I have to unrender this just so I can throw the transition on there? Doggone it. All right. I gotta do that all again, man. I gotta do that all again. This is... The more I get into the more advanced stuff like this, the more frustrated I get with DaVinci Resolve, which, I mean, I can't complain because the price is right. But honestly, what discourages me is that this is not... It's not like, hey, if you spend $200 to get the full version, I don't know what the price is. Don't quote me on that. If I spent the money to get the full version, then I would be able to do this. Okay, I think I know what I can do. I think I know what I can do. Because I've manually layered them, DaVinci Resolve has this thing where if you have clips bumped up, yeah, there it goes. If you have clips bumped up all against each other, it assumes that any transition you want to apply is going to be done at a between those two clips. And there might be a shortcut to bypass that logic. I don't know how far back that was supposed to be. Doggone it. Let's get that lined up first, and then I'll bring that forward. And then, let's see, did I cut off any of that? Nope, okay. Looks like I actually got it right. Now, I'm going to move these forward, and then as I'm applying the transitions, I'll scoot them back. But yeah, like, these kind of bugs are things that if I knew there was a better version that I could spend money to get, I would consider it. But these are the basic dissolves, and there's only certain effects that are say, hey, you need to buy the full version to get this. And so I'm just like, so this is not price locked. This is just what the software is. So basically, and so with the pre-rendered clip, I can't add transitions to it after the fact. In fact, I saw that if I have a transition there, you can edit some of the settings, like these things, but if you try to change the size, it just won't let you do it, or it'll go to 0 frames from normal. And it's just frustrating. Growing pains, though, because it is what it is. All right, need something on the tail end there. All we're trying to accomplish here is that the stars don't pop in. We just want them to fade in. Additive dissolve. I don't even know if that looks good. Yeah, it looks good enough. Yeah, that looks good. So I just gotta finish what we started here. And those can actually pop out. Because this transition is pretty heavy duty. I swear I had that working before. Yeah. All right. So Starfield's starting to look pretty darn good. Let's see. Where's the rest of... There they are. There's my other Starfields. Is there anything fancy going on here? Let's consult our reference. There it goes. You can see how those stars are fading in, but it's not as dramatic as it was before. Yeah, it's just a standard flowing Starfield. I could swear at some point I was doing like a speed up, especially at the beginning. Maybe that's in the actual normal version videos. We'll figure that out. But I'm just going to recycle what I already did over here. So check where my paste is going to land. Okay, that works. All right, go zoom in, line up here. Except, all right, what transition are you? You are drop warp. Where's drop warp? Drop warp. Here we go. So while we're bashing on this beautiful piece of software, check this out. Oh yeah! So this is where the buy now stuff, $300, not $200. But if you even mouse over the thing to see the preview, it's gonna be like, nope, you have to buy the software. And so what's annoying is that I'll be going through, yeah, this fun one too. You not only get a you need to buy it, it also has an error message that you have to click out of, and that do not show again resets every time you launch the software. And so you'll just be cruising through here, checking out all the effects and stuff, and then suddenly, oh no, unknown tool found, even though I just told it not to tell me about that. Oh no! So, oh my gosh, it's so frustrating. I know, but the thing is, the price is right. As frustrating as it is, otherwise I've got to buy. I think it was Vegas, Adobe Vegas. Not Adobe. Who does Photoshop? It is Adobe does Photoshop. I think they have a video editor that's kind of like the one that Hollywood uses. But maybe one day I'll dive in. At this point, I'm working around enough, and I do like how many baked-in effects there are. It does allow me to. It allows me to do this stuff. Otherwise, I'd have to be going into like an AI generator or something and generating all these clips. So, rant done. Let's move on. Drop warp. There we go. So drop warp is in. Nice. And there was some lag in there because I am also, this is being generated in real time. And I'll be deleting that once I settle in everything else. So I just deleted that. Let's see if I can paste in. Oh, thank goodness. All right, so we're going to do the same thing here. Just kind of center that onto there. I've already got the effect in there now. Let's just go and drop it in. That'll be a real short one there. In fact, I probably only need to put one there because I'll just use the track above it. All right, blop, blop, blop. Now let's work backwards for this one. Actually, it looks like my reference here is actually terminating there. Yeah, with the cross dissolve. Both of those clips end there. I might have to correct that. All right, let's fix this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 apparently. Yeah, no, let's extend that out. Same deal. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Extend. All right. Additive dissolves. Cross dissolves. So it looks like I can safely delete that. Now, bam, it's gone. Woo! Drop that down. Oh. Drop that down. It's cool. It's annoying, but once you get through it, it's cool. A little bit of pop in there, but not bad. Yeah, some pop in there too. Where's my transitions? I mean, they're there. Good enough. Some little bit of pulsing isn't bad for this kind of music. That one actually lined up pretty decently. We might finally have the instrumental version of the portrait. What I'm going to try to do in the next one, instead of trying to, I mean, I'll try to recycle some stuff. We'll deal with the next one when we're there. Let's finish rendering what we've got. All right. Another thing I wish it would remember is the file name. It always empties that. Why won't it remember the file name? I have to copy paste it in every single time, and it is very, very annoying. All right, well, yes, replace. I couldn't see the dialogue because it was camouflaged. All right. What? Yeah, I don't know why it suddenly decided that it was going to re-render completed stuff. It didn't do that before. The behavior was inconsistent though, because if it was a failed compile, then render all would actually re-render the failed rendering. So it makes sense that they would turn it on for completed now, and you just have to clear the render queue. Honestly, that would save me some trouble, because then I could just re-render what's already in there. Oh, nice and fast when you don't have, everything's pre-rendered. 1%. Come on, man. Yes. Okay, and I'm going to wipe out these so they aren't polluting my space. Let's see how it looks. I'm going to stand up, give my legs some circulation. Where are you? I love this player for everything except its load time. And apparently if you There it is. I don't know where it go. Off to the Twilight Zone, apparently. Alright, let's try this again. Nice, we'll pop in there. Alright, the fade in of the stars is a little awkward. So it's still got that pulsing going in. Man. Leave me alone, OneDrive. I don't care about my memories. Yep, OneDrive, you've just lost notification privileges. Alright. Alright. Yeah, there should be stars going on right now, so it's disappointing that I'm not seeing it. I wonder what's going on there. That's all looking pretty good, except for the pulsing in of the stars. I don't love that. Dang it, I'm gonna have to re-render that. It's so frustrating. So I'm seeing the stars there. I don't know why they're not showing up. Alright. I'm too focused on this now. Yeah, where are my stars? There should be stars right now. Where are my stars? I don't have it disabled. It's enabled. Where are my stars? There should be stars. Decompose to original. There's my stars. Why weren't they inside of the pre-rendered? Was add. Opacity was a little low. That was weird. Oh, that's because of my automation. All right, let's try it again. See, with this where the time code would be so nice. Cluvia effects, fusion composition, color grading effects. I wonder if because I need for it to do effects. Maybe that's why the transition, but it doesn't. Transition's its own thing. So, anyways, render. That should be replacing something that's already there. So we're re-rendering. We have some stars now. Not a lot of stars. But let's turn everything else on now. Gosh, I have to babysit this software a lot. Okay, there's the stars. That's what I wanted. Fade in of stars. There's that speed up I was missing. Because you notice the speed is actually pretty darn slow. It's supposed to be a gradual increase in speed. Let's consult the master here. Oh, task manager's hiding it. Come on, man. Open with. See if Videoland opens faster. It usually does. It's just it has other annoyances. Okay. Nice and slow. We're fading in. Okay. So the speed up is definitely there, but it's not as prominent, which tells me I just need to redo my settings a bit. Which this is also going to allow me to dramatically expand the rate at which those stars fade in. 40 frames. Actually, let's keep that short. What is the default? If I could select it, I would be able to find out. Here we go. 7 frames. So let's leave that the default, because by the end of that clip, it's already pretty sparse. I don't think it's going to bother me as much. All right, let's save what we got so far. So we've extended the dissolve so that it's a bit more gradual. We'll see how that goes. 1.7. Let's go for a nice even 2 seconds. Okay. Now speed. The speed is a problem. Let's delete you, because I already know I'm going to replace it. Ugh, my poor computer. Yeah, it's too fast. So let's tweak the animation. Generator, animate. Speed needs to come way down. In fact, I think I did bump that up when I was messing around in a blind, anxiety-induced fury. Looks about right. It's fine. It's fine. Leave it alone. If it ain't a problem, don't fix it. All right. So let's try this again. Render in place. Starry sky at 721. Cool. Cool. So a bit of a pulse there. Yeah, let's I mean, we're here. Let's do it. Let's really extend that out, because I need that to be less that should be smooth. Because it's a smooth glide through space. It needs to be smooth. Darn it. Render in place. So it's not it's not replacing the previous file name. It's just adding a 1 or a 2 to it, which is annoying too. Basically, what I've been thinking about how I'm going to deal with this, because when you pre-render all this stuff, it goes into a folder, and right now this folder for this one video is over 5 gigs. That's a lot of space. So what I'm thinking I need to do is, once I'm happy with the render, I need to decompose everything back to its original effect, non-rendered version, and then I can delete those videos. Okay, that looks pretty good. A little distracted by the transition there. Honestly, I'm surprised that it's not happening on the... Why is that awkward? Ask myself that every day. That needs to happen later. Cool. I don't think I can do much. Unless yeah, I can move that forward. Because it's pre-rendered. I can't make it longer. Wish I could just move the whole audio track back. You know what? Let's do it. We're here. Let's do it. Moving the whole track back. Cool. Now I can move that back. Move that forward. See where, okay, that needs to move back. New marker, move there. Cool. All right, I'm happy with that render, so let's propagate it. Cool. Oh, lovely. Oh, I can adjust that. It wouldn't let me doing that the other day. Maybe that's because it was going between clips instead of just on staying on the one. But you notice here, oh, that works too. Oh, so confusing. All right, let's check the timing. Okay, the timing's good. Time is good. There. Artist tags was another thing the pseudonym added in. Apparently he was just kind of goofing off, and but he just sent me what he had, and I was like, dude, I love it. Because one of the challenges of this was trying to figure out how to get the rap to be introduced earlier in the song, because it's a good almost 2 minutes before these vocals actually start. That's kind of a thing for me. But as a listener, I don't want to be just like, oh, hey, by the way, there's rap here halfway through the song. I wanted it to be clear that there was some in there. So there was a lot of debating about where it was going to land. We ultimately settled on it coming in with the drums and bass, which is, I mean, that's still like 41 seconds in, but better than a minute and a half. DefCello and pseudonym. And pseudonym is not attributed here simply because this is the instrumental version. His vocals are not in here, so it would be kind of, if anything, it would be confusing to have it in there. Like, wait, what is he doing here? Let's see. So we got Starfields. Let's just watch through the whole thing here. Nice. Not too much pulsing. You can see there's a bit of a shift with the cover art because of how after the zoom, I guess I'm not gonna put that much effort into it now, but maybe in the actual lyric video, they'll pop in and out. Man, do I need to extend those? Now, what happened before when I extended those was that it froze, but this is a different scenario. So I'll do 70 frames. I'm so thankful I can edit these after the render. I don't know why I couldn't do that before, but I'm grateful I can do it now because that's what needs to happen. It looks like they're not getting sparse enough at the end of the video. Probably because I dropped the speed. Almost certainly because I dropped the speed. Maybe that's why it was. Anyways. So since I dropped the speed, now there's a lot more stars around. So now it needs to be, in fact, it really could be whatever, like right up on that other transition. 88 frames. Lovely to do. Oh, that one has even more room. So, yeah, because that one had to be shortened. So constant state of transition here. I am using additive dissolve. I hope that's not working against me somehow. Because I don't honestly know the difference between additive resolve and like, what's some of the other transitions? Cross dissolve. Yeah, that's a problem. What the heck? Where did my stars go? Apparently that additive dissolve is exactly what I don't want. Let's see how that functions. Yeah. So the additive dissolve was a huge problem there. All right, what are you? Your additives dissolve. We're getting rid of you too. Congratulations. Now we're going to leave that one kind of crisp because it does transition. That cover art thing's bugging me more and more. I might have to fix that. Darn my yeah, that's additive dissolve. If it's additive dissolve, it needs to go away. Although I should probably not make it go away before I understand the length. I really should make those the same length, shouldn't I? That's 119, well, 93, 212, 106. 106 frames. Let's see if my math was right. Yeah! All right. There's I have in the past had major problems waking up with alarms. And, well, really, I would wake up enough to turn them off. And so I found a app called Alarm Extreme or something like that, where you have to solve a math problem to turn it off. At the time, I was just happy that I was waking up and a lot more robust against turning off the alarm in my sleep. But what I didn't, an unexpected benefit was that I get a daily exercise of math. Now that I know the length that I want. Daily exercise of math. And that has really helped out a lot. Oh no, I need to keep that there in order. Yeah. So finicky. So finicky. But that daily exercise of math is it has been phenomenal at keeping my brain sharp enough. Enough. uh okay. Making nice progress. Get that in there. I'm not convinced that's 106. Yeah, that was a little shorter somehow. I wonder if I can fix that. Bring you out there. No. Can you go back? Huh. I wonder if I didn't change the length of that one. Yeah, that's what happened. 106. Oh, you're still an additive. Boo. Go away, additive. "106 frames." All right, looks good. 106. Now, if anyone else was noticing this, I noticed it too. Line up those transitions. There we go. Nice and pretty and lined up. Get rid of that additive dissolve and that additive dissolve and that one and that one. Cross dissolves for everyone. You get a cross dissolve. You get a cross dissolve. Everyone gets a cross dissolve. 106. Right, that lines up well. That needs to be knocked back here. There we go. Let's line those up. It's 100. Excuse me. 106. Oh, you need to be 106 too. I'm so happy I can edit these effects. Last night I was not able to edit these, and I guess it was a bug or something. All right, let's see how it looks. Good speeds. I hate that the cover art shifting like that. That's a problem. Yeah. Okay. All right. Why ain't you lining up, buddy? No. There we go. That looks good. I like it. So now we do the exact same thing over here. I'm going to stagger these. Boogie on back over here. Get my starting point. Oh, I gotta double check the starting point, don't I? That's when that hits. I'll guarantee you it's that. Yeah. So that whole... Doggone it. I need to double check my transitions now because I did move the audio track. That looks fine. Yeah, that's a little late. What kind of adjustments can I do here? That's where that needs to be. Clip that back. Slide you back. Was there a transition on that earlier? Edgy. So it goes away if I do that. So I need to bring it back. Notice here, I can't put the transition on that, but I can put it on that. Not that, but that. They're both pre-rendered. Why can't I put a transition on it? Ah! Probably because it's trimmed, I guess. Because I kind of feel like that needs to hit a little even earlier. All right. Sandy moment. There. Doggone it. Okay. I like it. I like it. Nice lineup. Honestly, let's do another. I bet you there was something else there that disappeared when I moved that clip. All right. Let's add it first. Then move it in so it doesn't attach to the other clip and disappear. I don't like that. I don't like it. My wife and I talking references to reels a lot. It's a little disturbing. Here we go. So what I'm going for there is kind of a turning on night vision mode. I did this in 3-2-1 fight and it looked really cool. Glitch might be fun. When my computer doesn't freak out about it. I don't like how it wipes on like that. Block glitch. Maybe that's what I used. Yeah, that was it. All right. Yeah, that's where that needs to kick in. All of that needs to move back. I don't. Ah! There we go. All right, what transition am I about to destroy here? Brightness flash. Okay. Note to self. Restore that. Honestly, let's just go and grab that too. All right. Now we're going to move all this back so it lines up there. All right. I want a... I'm imagining some sort of opening up. Drop warp might be an option. Circles is not an option. Yeah, let's try drop warp again. Now see, I can put one across these two. What the heck? Why couldn't I do it on the other one? I don't like how that's cutting off. Dang it. All right, I'll come back to that later. Stay focused on the stars. There's that additive dissolve killing me again. Is that additive dissolve? I can't see it because they aren't printing the name. Can I zoom vertically? Yeah, it's not showing me the name of the dissolves or the transition. So I can't figure out what it is to figure out if I need to replace it. And I'll but guarantee you it is, oh no, it's called zoom in. I don't know why that, oh, because it was a transition out. Zoom in. Oh, that was my star field goofing up again. So apparently I need to do this. I mean, I kind of like the slow and trickly. Something is going on there. Composite mode add. Composite mode normal. Yeah, why did my stars disappear when zoom in kicked in? What the heck? The heckins! And now they're back. So opacity's fine. Something about this transition is killing my transparency. Gosh, this program can be so annoying. Because we're in composite mode add, so it looks like when that transition kicks in, I want the zoom effect. I want the zoom effect. I definitely want that. Because that's the nice transition. That's what I want. So, looks like I'm going to have to add the stars above it. Just so that it doesn't get lost in the transition. Can I? Ay, this is a mess because if I move that clip, I'm going to lose the transition. So that's a drop warp transition. What's over here? I mean, I'm going to have to move all that. Just because this transition is failing to respect my transparency / rendering settings. It's supposed to be an additive composite mode, and this transition is not doing that. And therefore my stars disappear. It kind of works. Let's at least make it disappear. There. All right, let's necessity is the mother of invention. So what we're going to do here, I want that transition to make sense. So what can we do? I wonder if a glow would be appropriate. Not Luma White. There you go. All right, so I have to disconnect those two so that I can add my own transitions on each clip. Tunnel of light might be fun. Now my stars aren't moving at all. So let's keep it simple. I hate that my stars are freezing there, probably because of this transition. Honestly, what is that? Brightness flash? Yeah, let's make that really short. That's a little too fast. Can I make it longer? No. See, this is what I was talking about earlier, where if I try to transition, it forces me to a particular thing, which is very, very annoying. And I don't know why it did that either. Like, why are you bumping to neg 18 from there? What the heck? The heckins! All right, let's do brightness flash to the start. There. So my stars are legit just not moving at that point. So let's do a zoom in to get some motion. Okay, necessity is another invention. Here we go. I actually really like that. That needs to hit earlier. Let's speed up the dissolve, extend that zoom, but not so much that I can't bring that. Oh, why can't I bring that in? Ah! It's going to snap me into there, huh? Can I scoot you back? Okay, we got some room to scoot back there. All right, let's try that. Okay. I want that zooming in to start. It doesn't really climax. What can I do about that? Okay, I like that. I like that. In fact, it could be a little later. Nice. I wish... Can I extend that? Oh, I can. Maybe. Apparently not, even though I have room for it. I don't know why it's not letting me extend it. Ah, this is so buggy. What the heck, man? What the heck? Well, let's take the transition off and see if that makes it work. Okay, so apparently I don't have room to move. It just thought I did. But... Now you noticed that top thing disappeared too. No. There. Why did that disappear? Because of that transition taking over. Tunnel of light transition taking over. Even though I'm not seeing much tunnel of light stuff going on. So let's just put a cross dissolve there. And do a brightness flash. I want something more exciting than that. Yeah. When they cut off, no. We're getting there. Cool. Good gosh, this is a lot of work. Let's see. Why did my stars do that? What the heck, man? What are you doing, man? Why are there stars there and not there? Ah! Ah! Why are the stars there and not there? You're supposed to be a transition. There are no stars there. There are stars there. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Alright, there's still stars at that frame, so I need to cut one more frame out, apparently. Alright. Or maybe it just glitched. Oh, no, there's the extra star frame there. Why is it... Oh, it's probably not trimming off the front. Unless it's a glitch. It's a glitch in the transition itself. Doggone it, even cross dissolve's failing me. Bruh. Bruh. I wonder if I can improve that at all. And now it looks like it's just not working at all. Yeah, it's just not working at all now. Add. 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 Oh, now it's working. Oh. It's that transition that's mucking with things. Okay, so the zoom has to start with that. Let's see. I want that energy. Problem is, now that it's so short, it doesn't... It doesn't follow the energy of the build. Good gosh, what a pain. Ugh. Alright. Alright, because you see what's happening. This text zoom works, but then it freezes. Okay, so I think that tweak helped it. It's still awkward. Because now it's not. Alright, that seems like it's moving together. I would have preferred it to zoom in later, but the glitches inside the transitions not respecting my additive composite mode are giving me trouble. So much trouble. Alright, but... Well, we were working on before. Right, I was trying to get the timings right. Since I moved the audio. Alright, that actually looks pretty good. Hiss is technically back there. Nice. For once, it actually looks good. Yeah, that looks right. Alright, that needs to be transitioned. Do I not have room to transition forward? It definitely doesn't look like it. Huh. Might have to edit. That's where, but now you're coming. Alright, so that's where I want that to happen. Which means I need... a thing up here. I guess. We'll figure it out. I wonder if I can just drop it in. Let's do a camera shake. Boom, ba-tsh. This is where I don't leave well enough alone, and I start doing things. I start doing things that are beyond. Because honestly, if I hadn't already released this video and have to draw a boundary somewhere, this is the kind of stuff I wanted to see happen. Yep, so that needs to be one. Boom. Boom. Let's do that there. Boom, 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 boom. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Done. Zoom in more and get closer to that actual hit. Boom. I mean, it's happening so fast, probably doesn't matter. Boom, boom. Doggone it, John. Why are you clipping that one? And then we're going to transition to darkness. There. Why can't I add an effect? Grr. Is all I have to say to that. Grr. Why can't I add an effect? What the heck? I should be able to add an effect there, doggone it. Alright, let's do it the hard way. Why can't I add an effect there? Alright, we're going to do it the real hard way. There. Goodness gracious. So your clip has to be a minimum length in order to drop in a transition that is less than that length. Exact same thing here. So annoying. There's no reason I couldn't have dropped that in there. No reason at all. It's a real nice effect though. What the heck? All right. I really like where this is going. It's a pretty cool, nifty effect, honestly. Nifty. Let's extend that out just a hair. There, gosh. Yeah, let's stick with what I've been using. Let's leave that there, and we're going to put the transition. All right, that transition needs to time properly. So that needs to come back a couple notches. Brightness flash. Oh, good. I do have some wiggle room. Do I have some wiggle room here? Nope. Okay. Actually, this is where I'm going to be doing, this is what brought me over here in the first place. So, I mean, I'll get the transitions timing. Yep, that's why we're doing this. Because that actually needs to happen. Yeah, that's so cool. Nice. Ah, I love this track. It's worth all this trouble because it gets there, and when it's there, gosh, is it cool. Oh my gosh, I freaking love it. All right. Well, we gotta deal with the annoyances. And truthfully, most of them are because I'm not a professional. I have not gone through these struggles before in order to know how to navigate around them. So I just have to learn. I have to do it, learn, and do my best to stay sane. Maybe that's what's wrong with me. All right, I'm gonna have to do this a bit more surgically, it looks like. All right. Let's move you. Of course. All right. Move you over here. I'm gonna line this up. Need for you to move more over there. Line this up so I can drop it in. Yeah, that looks right. Honestly, I don't think we're going to do a cross dissolve there. Yeah, we're not going to do a transition at the end of that one. Yeah, because that can just go away with the brightness flash. All right. Ay, 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 man. Ay, ay, ay. Need a cross dissolve going in. not going out. Let's see how that lines up. Not quite. Cool. I'll leave one frame off. All right. So we have our stars moved over. I still need a warp in effect added. That should line up with that. Yep. Move our marker. I love the textures, man, and the space. And then you hear the resonance. Ah, such a cool track. Let's celebrate the differences of killing each other. Screw your hell. All right. I think we got ourselves a new draft. Oh, except for the text being cut off. I did want to fix that. Dear God, indeed. All right. So here's what we're going to do. Copy that. Decompose to original. Plop that in there. I know I cannot pull that in automatically, but I can at least copy from there and stop rereading the timeline every time. Okay, so that one is actually okay. So that's not one I needed to fix. This is one I needed to fix. I don't want that text cutting off. All right, wife is just pulled up from her adventure out. Well, if she pops in, I've said it before in past live streams, but if my wife, she's not a part of this, so if she does come in, I will mute the microphone and possibly the camera. If I go dark, that's just what's happening. We're not formalized enough yet for me to be like, I'm recording, stay on that side, don't talk to me. This is a hobby, and I gotta keep my priorities, and I'll make sure my wife, talking to her is priority over this. Sorry, guys. All right, that's what we need to fix. So let's copy this. Decompose to original. Yep, that needs to change. Change. Gotta be careful what I sing, so I don't want to trigger any copyright warnings. Line spacing is not what I'm looking for. Tracking is a lot more, because I don't want the font size to be different, but I don't want it running off the screen unless it's, I mean, that's acceptable. Cool, that'll work. Let's render that in place. Actually, I think the time code was wrong. 113513. Yeah, I messed up a few of these before. Render in place. Okay, and then this one. Oh, maybe that one. Oh, well, no, that's a normal effect. So maybe that was the only one that needed to be fixed. And we've got another Yakospasa over here. Yakospasa. I can probably just copy paste that. Well, that stayed in there. I wonder why that one was different than this one. Whatever, man. Additive. Composite mode. I wonder if I can have the text do the same thing. I don't want to go dark twice. It's already kind of awkward. I don't love it, but I know what I had to go through to get it there, and I'm just going to accept it and be happy. Well, the funny part is that I'm going to have to get the lyrics and stuff into this for the lyric video. But there's going to be a whole timer, so point being, the lyric video might be very different from this in the portrait mode. But it looks pretty good. So let's render it and see how it goes. Add to render queue. Cancel. I've got that. I should be able to re-render. Yeah. I've never seen that before today. That's so bizarre. I mean, it works for me. I've never seen it before. Oh, I was going to adjust that too, wasn't I? We'll see how much it annoys me. That the face shifting instantly at the beginning there. We'll see if it's worth. If there's anything else wrong, then I'll go ahead and fix it. But if nothing else is wrong, I will probably fix it just because I'm a perfectionist. But yeah, the thing is, if you don't fix it, then it becomes part of your experience every time you do it from now. The thing is that when you're right here and you can do something about it, you can look back and think, yeah, good job you in the past. All right, or if you don't fix it, then you're gonna, every time you see this video, you may like, yeah, I remember that struggle and I remember giving up. And sometimes it's best to give up. I have a hard time doing that, for better or for worse. All right, let's see how it turned out. Stare myself in the face. I don't love it. I don't love that at all. The eyes are off too. I'm gonna have to undo that and just accept that the nose isn't going to be in the center. Worst case, I can automate a shift for the nose at the same time that we're zooming. Stars look great though, man. Yes. Gosh, that was a pain in the ass. You see how the crosshairs aren't lining up with the center of the nose? when you really dig into the human face, it's remarkable how not symmetrical it is. Because the ears are centered. So the nose is not centered on the face. It could be that I was like turned this way a little bit. That's probably what's going on, because it looks like one ear is a little more back than the other too. So I just wasn't looking straight at the camera. I still feel a little bad about how that was pseudo Old Church Slavonic and not actual Old Church Slavonic, but I think it was in the live stream videos and even a lot of effort outside of it. Basically, the only way I was going to get that to work was to actually reach out to an actual priest or something like that, and you have to draw a line somewhere. The warp was a little weird, but everything that was freaking awesome. That's exactly the effect I wanted, because it's like boom, 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 boom. Because you're being assaulted as the victim of war, and that's visually. I already released the other videos. I'm not going to modify them. Drawing a line, but man, that was cool. Alright, we're back to the stars, which is the whole reason we started getting into this in the first place. A little bit of pulsing action going on, but not bad. Yeah, you see that star kind of faded into view there. Less stars and more just specks of dust. I'm okay with it. Dust in the wind, baby. Ba-da-ba-da-bum. Screw your hail. Hail. DefCello. Why? And we have some other stuff dropping out too. Doggone it. Alright. DefCello has... Oh no. That's inside of the original cover art. Man. Man. All right. Man. I honestly might leave that in there for this video, just because that is a crap ton of work that I'm going to have to redo if I don't. Because that glitching and stuff is really slow to render on this machine. But I know I'm going to end up redoing it because I am a perfectionist. Ah! Ay, ay, ay. Alright, so good thing I saved the project file despite my inclination to do otherwise, because that is not black. That is black. I again, I leave that out. All right. Then that's why I couldn't see it, because of the layer boundary there. Because the boundary was there, I can't actually see. Okay, so if I click off of it, then I can see. Um, so that looks pretty good. For those with exceptionally good displays, you may notice there's a line there still, but that's actually because of the picture of the farmhouse that is behind it, uh, which should be coming up any moment now. Photos, please. Yeah, because Ukraine and the tractors, that was a thing. So yeah, you can, if you look closely, that's clearly an AI generated tractor. I asked ChatGPT for a country house with a tractor in front of it, and it did a good enough job. But that's what's back in the very subtle background there. A little uh, you may have heard that Grave of the Fireflies did something similar with pictures of blimps and falling missiles, if I remember correctly, um, or maybe it was planes and falling missiles. Very, very subtly in the background. You don't notice it normally, and I like that idea, so I took a cue from it. And you can do, if you look closely, you can see that tire in particular of the tractor there. Everything else is just subliminal messaging, but that you can, if you look closely enough, you can see the tractor tire, which I felt was enough to accomplish the goal. All right, export as. And this is going to be 6/22/11/54 cover art JPEG. I don't know why I don't remember that. Get what you pay for. All right, we've got a new cover art. I need to go in here, see if I can replace that. Cool. Where is my cover art image? That looks it. Yeah, that's it. Can I replace the clip? Ay, 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 ay. Where is it? I told it to open clip location. There it went. So I was looking at the wrong thing. I'm glad I checked it. I'm looking for the actual image. The actual image. Not the clip, but the image. That's a timeline. I need the image. It's not that one, apparently. Can I view? Yeah, I need to see the extensions. That's it. And that's what I need to replace. Clip operations. Replace selected clip. That's what I'm looking for. Get out of there. All right, I need the new one that I just generated. That one. Okay. That is now updated. So when I re-render, then I should be able to see the new stuff. Here we go. That needs to end back here. And that's the last frame. That looks good. So that fixes that problem. Oh, that's the actual static image. You know what? I don't think I need to re-render everything else. I just need to do where it's static, which might already be okay. Because everything else, there's so much else going on. You're not going to see that subtle shift in gray. So I think that's all I needed to do. Oh my gosh. Okay. Do I have any? Nope, that's it. Okay. Oh, that worked out nicely. Thank goodness. Okay. Was there anything else? Oh yeah, the shift in face. That needs to be fixed. And I'm thinking need to decompose to original. That's just something we're going to have to do. And what we're seeing is that shift. Because I'm trying to line up the nose to the center. Because it's not centered between my ears. It is what it is. Let's see. So that is managed by this position X. I'll add a breakpoint there. And a, or what do they call them? Not breakpoints, but waypoints. Waypoint there. 0. There we go. So now that's going to be direct. And then as we progress, it is going to shift to the left so that the triangle formed by that lighting is mostly centered. And then the last clip is already offset. Yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh. That's what you gotta do, man, though. You just gotta hunker down and do it. Just wish there was more hours in a day. You're in place. Let's see if I've got that file name. I do have that file name. Random place. Time zone. Oh, that's from the that is from the file name itself, not the clip name. Well, there's metadata there, but it's not right. Anyways, 01.00.12.09. This is cover art. Render. Yep, that's good. I've got this up here because another thing that this thing does, this software, is that it can get in, if it works too hard, it'll get a memory leak and start cranking up the memory usage. And then eventually it'll crash Explorer irreversibly. And then I have to force reboot my computer to get it back in. All right. All right, let's try this again. Was there anything else I needed to tweak? I don't think so. We'll find it on the next round. Render. Render! Watch there be some composition mode I need to switch to add. I'm in a very fortunate / unfortunate situation where um, my wife and I have started paying attention to the coffee bags and how much they recommend you actually use inside of a 6-ounce for every 6 ounces. Most people will just kind of guess like 1 tablespoon per cup at most. A lot of them actually call for 2 tablespoons, anywhere between 1.5 to 2 tablespoons per cup of coffee. So if you've got a cup being 6 ounces, I believe. So if you've got a coffee maker and you make 4 cups of coffee according to its markings, instead of doing 4 tablespoons, you should be doing 8 tablespoons. The result is marvelously more flavorful coffee at the expense of more coffee. A little bit of Shatner going on there. And so it's so delicious, but so few people, restaurants included, popular coffee chains included, that don't do this. And so as I've been getting used to enjoying the rich flavor of the coffee when mixed with creamer, because I don't drink it black, that's too much, but with some sweetened creamer added in there, about my wife figured out it was 2 tablespoons per cup of creamer is the current ratio. It's a nice ratio. Sometimes a little less, sometimes a little more, depends on the coffee. All right, let's check this out. If at first you don't succeed, try again. Let's check this transition into the zoom space. Warp mode. Nice. No more jerk over to the side. Stars are looking good. Dust in the wind. I like, there's a bit of a moire effect going on with the compression layered on with the actual noise distortion. And so you get some depth inside of that star there. It's kind of cool. Yeah. No. Come on, computer. I'm assuming it just started working hard. Okay. I hate that crosshair is not centered, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Basically, I would have to squash the left side of the face so that the right side of the face took up the same amount of room. And that would probably be even more awkward than just leaving it as is. Night vision! Yeah. Oh, there was a warp. That was real weird, but we'll see how it looks. Nice. Wasn't the original design, but we may do. Raging animosity now rockers. Yo, what the heck, man? I'm just trying to live. My friends and family, my only narrative. Work and eat, love and laugh and sleep till dawn. My modus operandi is forgive and move on. But now you coming with the bonds, with the planes, with the chicks, with the guns, with the soldiers and the fire and your chaos and your hating, with the lies, with the torture and your tears, and with the death and with the darkness and your starving and the suffering. Always run out of breath. Yeah. Why you killing my family? Screw your hair. Why you killing my peace? Screw your hell. Why you tearing my world apart? Screw your hell. I've done nothing to you. Screw your hell. Go back home. Screw your hell. Live a life of your own. Screw your hell. Just leave me alone. A life was much better before you came along. Nice. Yeah, it's good enough. It's good enough. I love that thing his pseudonym did. That was so cool. I love Don't Look the Same Anymore. Yeah. Don't come back till we can work together. Let's celebrate the difference and stop killing each other. Screw your hair. All right, I think we got ourselves a portrait video, man. And ladies. All right. So that was the instrumental version. Now I gotta do the other two. The other two, what can I do here? Basically, in order to do this, I took the lyric video. I took the original landscape orientation video, and I just loaded it up as a new project. Did a save as, basically copied the project, and then as a 916 instead of a 16:9. And then I went into the project settings and said, we're doing the portrait orientation instead. And then the software basically kept the orientation of all the clips and just showed the inside portion of it. Good enough. And then I revised it from there. The problem is that so much of this stuff is pre-rendered clips. In fact, that's something I need to do before I go. I'm happy with that track. So what I need to do, but anyways, what I need to do is decompose this back to its original stuff, which it's not going to let me do because I've got a mixture of things going on. So I guess I'll have to do it. Oh, I'm in dist mode, that's why. So, because everything was pre-rendered, I couldn't just... I had to re-render everything in the new portrait format in order for it to not look blurry, pixelated, whatnot. And then that's where all hell broke loose. Decompose to original, yes. All right, at this point, there should be no more clips inside of this timeline. It should all be procedurally generated stuff. JPEGs, effects, JPEG. I really like how that turned out. I'm going to have to do that in the other ones. Yeah, that's all pictures. And so now that I've transitioned out of pre-rendered clips, I can delete the pre-rendered clips and free up some memory. And I'm going to do that for the next one too, because when I transitioned to this, I did not do the pre-rendered clips, and that caused problems. Because that cropping off of everything, it left out a lot of details. But we'll see. Because the crosshairs, I would really like to use the pre-rendered and just rotate it instead. A lot of this stuff can be just rotated instead, like the Starfield. There is no up or down. You can just rotate it and it looks fine. The crosshairs, same thing. There's nothing orienting it in one particular direction that I'm aware of. All right, that looks good. So we're going to delete all those clips. Eventually. Almost, yeah, 5.5 gigs of clips, pre-rendered clips. And I don't know which ones are used and which are not. So I'm just deleting them all. All right. We finished something. Yay. All right. I will deal with all that later. We finished the track. So the last thing I'm going to do is we're going to see about little inception here going. We're going to see about adding my first short, because that was the whole point of doing this, was to create a short. Now, how short is a short? I don't know. If I understand, it used to be pretty diligent, like 5 seconds or something. There was a really significant limit. But I don't. We'll see. We'll see. Nowadays, I think the short is like you want to lean towards a very basic thing, but you don't have to. But what it really means is portrait mode. That way you can do the swiping, and it's very speed navigation with a handheld, not 2 hands, but 1 hand, viewing videos, swiping through what you like and don't like, watching what you like, swiping through what you don't like. You still want, to my understanding, you still want to deliver value quickly. But in this case, just as my first step into this world of shorts, I'm just trying to adapt what I currently have into that format. And later, what I'm thinking I'll do is kind of a, I will do a favorite moments segments, and that will be extremely short form. It'll be like, hey, this is a moment like the, maybe not that one. That's a little too short. But the drum fills, very particular transition moments. What's some other really cool, like the choir entrance, Drago Gospodi, that kind of entrance could be very useful. I'm waiting for this upload to finish so I can see if, yeah, there's my instrumental version. Yeah, we'll reuse all of that. I wonder if I can just keep it as is, because this is going to be shorts mode. Gosh, the uploads were really slow today. All right, I'm gonna close that. I'm done with that for now. We'll wrap up our session here with this upload, because it's lunchtime. I'm ready to do something else. At least get up, see what everybody else in the house is doing. 5 minutes. Why do I feel like it's going to be longer than 5 minutes? I could be wrong. Anyways, I'm thinking of doing some favorite moments as kind of a form of shorts, in order to help draw attention to the big moments. Like, yeah, looking at the sky, the entrance of the rap just things that would cater more to someone who's just swiping through looking for that um crap, what is that happiness chemical called that everyone's trying to get? Basically looking for quick reward for watching a video and not really getting emotionally invested in something, where you need some patience. Be like, okay, uh, I'm I'm submitting myself to the vision and mindset of the artist, um, that where more long form does. Like when you're watching a movie, there's going to be climaxes, there's going to be highs and lows, in slow points, fast points, and that's part of the experience of watching, sitting down and watching a movie. You have to commit to those slower moments, because if it's fast, 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 then you lose the contrast. Like, the reason exists is because we have light. And the reason light exists is because we have darkness. And same deal. The reason fast exists is because we have slow. And the reason we have slow is because fast exists. And the two need to exist in order for you to feel them both, to experience them both. And so the short form, you lose out on that. Uh, so far, I don't get into that stuff too much. So obviously, I'm stepping into it because it is what the next generations of people, internet users, are doing. And so if I want to reach them, I need to go where they are, rather than hanging out, just doing my thing where I am. Like if I was posting all my stuff to MySpace and nowhere else, chances are no one's going to be listening to it. Uh, there's a MySpace for me somewhere. It might be under Signing Color still. Yeah, I'm thinking my Bandcamp. But yeah, if you're looking for some of my older stuff, Signing Color was my previous artist name. I haven't transitioned everything from that old artist name to the DefCello name. I'm trying to upgrade things as I go. I don't want to just take the old tracks and run them over, because I'm dramatically better at mixing and mastering and all that now, at producing now, than I used to. All right, we're almost there. We're going to see if I did things right, or if YouTube's going to be like, no! Like, okay. I should probably get a thumbnail, huh? Processing will begin shortly. Well, while it's doing that, let me grab that thumbnail, because we're going to need it. All right. What we're looking for is the first frame where everything's turned on. That looks like it's it, because I don't want the stars to be too substantial. Save image. That's where I've been plopping them. I don't love that. In fact, let's go ahead and set a new precedent. We're putting them here. There. I'm noticing that DefCello is more gray than white, but I was trying to see if that was related to my angle of the monitor. It's a pretty good monitor, but it still has some vertical um, shade gradients. Now, what I'm seeing here is it looks like it's still in letterbox. I mean, landscape mode. I'm gonna save and close that. Oh, doggone it. Are you serious? I clicked. Where did it go? Why didn't it go into shorts? Because I clicked upload from shorts. All right. So it should have shown up as such. Is there a like a edit mode? Like, do I have to say that it's a short? No. All right. YouTube, how to upload a short. Upload video, add details to your video, tap upload short to publish your shorts. You can choose between 15 and 60 seconds. That was 30 years ago. Huh. All right, let's try this again. I mean, this is in Android. Videos up to 3 minutes will show a trim editor. I didn't see that. Select a video with a square or vertical aspect ratio. Now I'm doing vertical. Okay. To upload a short from your device. I'm not on Android. I YouTube Studio PC. How to upload a short. Sign to YouTube to upload videos up to 3 minutes. So that apparently is the max, and I'm just a little bit above that. I mean, really, the whole reason I'm doing this is for Instagram and TikTok. YouTube Shorts, I don't know how prevalent those are. So that's what I'm wanting to focus on. So let's see. Go into privacy mode here. So I'm going to hide my screen while I figure out how to log into this thing, because it didn't remember my session from before. There we go. Email or username. And we're looking for TikTok. There. I have not gotten into TikTok much at all, but I acknowledge as a producer that people are everywhere. And there's a lot of people on TikTok. So if I want my music to reach them, I need to get it out there. Oh my gosh, everyone's like, verify it's you, verify it's you. I'm like, so I've just verified it was me for Gmail, so now I can verify it's me for TikTok. There we go. Goodness gracious. Logged in, finally. Okay. I think I can bring up my computer screen again. So you are joining me in my exploration of how to upload videos. So it's complaining about me using Firefox. Size and duration, maximum 30 gigabytes, duration 60 minutes. Well, I'm well within that. MP4s recommended. I'm good there. Aspect ratios 16:9 for landscape, 9:16 for vertical. I didn't know TikTok did landscape. I thought it was exclusively vertical. Interesting. Makes me want to boot it up and see. Let's take a look. Where's my TikTok? Oh, it'll be under social, I guess. Did I uninstall it? No, I put it underneath my artist thing because I don't use it. Lay's TikTok update is here. That's lovely. Sure, we can sync with Facebook friends. I'm okay with that. Continue. Yes, gracious. The world, man. You go to do something and it pulls you off in 100 different directions. I don't want you to go to my contacts. A lot of people on here. All right, I'm done with that for now. Okay, I mean, first thing that came up, there's some landscape video. It looks hideous. Oh, that's a live stream, apparently. Okay, that is that. But see, if I rotate my screen, I have no idea what videos it's showing, but if I rotate my screen, it doesn't rotate. And my phone does have auto rotate on, which tells me that if you do a landscape video in TikTok, you're stupid, because no one's gonna like it. And there's the 1:1 view there. It just doesn't look good. It needs to be portrait. Needs to be portrait. That looks great. That's what this is designed for, and that's what it needs to be. So that's why we're doing this, is to make portrait videos for use with TikTok. So we're now going to upload the video to TikTok. 9:16 MP4. Nice, nice. So what I want to do, I'm gonna pull this off to the other tab just so y'all don't accidentally see some of the explicit marks. I know a few of them might have slipped through the file system. Flashing lights. Yeah, that's what I want. There it is. We're uploading that. That's a description. Oh, excuse me. Not sure why that had an extra space in there. I'm guessing TikTok will not be happy with me linking to YouTube. And it'd be kind of redundant anyways. As well as a clean, non-explicit version. I don't know why there's all these extra spaces showing up, but easy enough to clean up. Interesting that you don't have to run a copyright check. Very interesting. In this case, I own the copyright, so if anything, it should be tagged as such. And I'll eventually do the same thing with Instagram, because I believe the Reels should be the same way. They might have length restrictions, though. It's interesting how TikTok has extended to basically full, an hour of video. It used to be, they were the ones who said 15 seconds max or something like that, and that they forced the short form video to become a thing. And it's interesting how they forced the short form videos, and now they're expanding to the longer forms. And everyone else was at longer forms, and now they're conforming to the short form. Just the evolution of the medium. Okay, it's uploaded. Description. I guess there's no title. It just is the description, and that's it. Okay. Now everyone can watch it. Allow users to comment. Oh, okay. So can't stitch or anything like that for 60 seconds. I wonder what their policy is on explicit lyrics. I'll have to look that up. Okay. Loading. I assume they're still processing it, and that's why it's not showing up anywhere. Nice. Honestly, that's pretty slick. We have it. Sounds like you don't have audio going. Oh, it's muted. Web and TV. Ah, that's where the landscape comes in. I feel like they should allow you to upload different versions for landscape versus portrait, because that's very contrary. They're very different formats. dramatically different formats. I'm guessing this is going to be, I'm going to focus on this being YouTube. But let me put the form factor in here in case that becomes a thing. So I'm going to run the copyright check. No issues detected. Because TuneCore should have registered this track. Okay, I thought I saw the font getting cut off, but okay. Man, I love the space on that arpeggiator. And then I've got a real nice reverb on there, which really opens it up. All right. I don't want to get distracted too often. Edit cover. I've got a new cover. Unless they auto-generate a decent one, I'm just going to plop my thumbnail that I captured. Why is that truncated? Well, I can do that. I can do that. I feel like the title is more important than that. So we'll stick with that. Man, is there a better way I can do this? Upload new. Let me try the landscape instead. Headshots. That folder's not, oh, it was empty, isn't it? Here we go. Let me try. All right, I gotta pull this off because I'm about to dive into explicit file names. I'll try not to show those on here. All right, let's see how this handles. Honestly, that looks a little better. Center on my ears. Yeah, I think that looks better than what the other thing. Interesting. Cool. I think that's good enough. I think we're ready to upload. Video published. Content under review. While we're here, TikTok language policy, community guidelines. Absolutely no No nudity. Absolutely no nudity, of course, makes sense. No sexual activity or services. May be applied selectively. I mean, this is not sensitive and mature themes per se. I'm looking for language. What language specifically? Explicit language policy. But it's not sexually explicit. Profanity. So TikTok has a restricted mode, and they will filter it out if it has profanity or vulgarity. It's so weird that I'm making something with this. But it's what the song needed, man. Because a victim of war, if I was in their scenarios, I would be using profanity. I mean, I use it fairly regularly but especially, I did not mean to pull that up. Hopefully there wasn't anything important there. Let's see. So it looks like that's been it's been reviewed. It's available. We have my first TikTok video. Yay! We'll find out. We'll find out. Eventually I need to do the lyric videos. They do have a restricted mode, so I wonder if that can be turned on and off somewhere. Oh, I need a profile picture. Apparently, I don't have a profile picture. Edit profile. Profile photo. Interesting, I didn't upload one. There we go. Where's that headshots that I was looking for? Oh, that's the folder I wanted. Come back here. Headshots. There we go. That's what I want. Eventually I'll do something a bit more fun, techie. But this is a nice start. Glossy oily face. All right, I clicked apply. They did say that Firefox would be a better option. All right, let's try that one more time. So that looks good. I like that. I'm not seeing an upload option. Maybe that's why I never did one. All right, this ain't working. Cancel. Yeah, I'll try reloading in case it worked and just didn't. Nope. All right, let's try Chrome. I think I did reinstall that recently for problems like this one. All right, let's go to TikTok. I'll need to log in again. All right, let me hide the monitor here so I can do my login with email and password. There it is. Login. Suspicious activity detected. Let's pull up my email. New verification. Goodness gracious. All right. Edit profile. Upload. All right. Oh, what the heck? All right, let's try this again. We're using their pre-approved browser this time. I clicked the apply button. I think this is why I didn't get a profile picture before. Because you click apply and nothing happens. All right. Well, maybe it has to go through some approval process or something. But hey, we have things. All right, guys. Well, I think we're at a good stopping point. We got the video done. We got it uploaded at least somewhere. And I think we're in good shape. I might be back later. We'll see. But I'll be taking a break for lunch and hanging out with other people. Not be alone in my studio. All right, y'all have a good one. I hope you enjoyed the new track.